it's Atomic Dog here, and I'm going to be installing the iBoard running boards. These are the brushed aluminum kind. The reason I'm doing this video is because there have been some changes to the model in the last 15 months, and I really haven't seen any video showing brushed stainless steel with these new changes, so I figured good opportunity, put up a video, let people see what's new, and decide for themselves if this is what they want to do. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, first and foremost, let's take a look at the box that you're going to get. As in other videos, they haven't changed the packaging. We're going to be doing this install on a Dodge Ram Bighorn 1500 crew cab. Now let's take a look at the part number that we're going to get. There you go, it's IB-D6208A. And this is what you're going to get inside the box. These are running boards. Now notice, brushed stainless steel. It has the new channel locking system, so the bolts just slide in. No more fussing around with positioning. And also in the box, you get your box of hardware, which we will lay out and go over so you can see exactly what you're going to get now when you order this item. So let's take a look at that next. In the box, you will find your instructions and a copious amount of hardware. You will find your brackets. 3 brackets here, identical. Three brackets here. Let's pull one out. Okay, and here is the change to the brackets. You'll notice they all look like this now. They no longer have the square plate, they have this thin rectangular plate, and it will make more sense when it's on the truck because the holes are there for this. And then these 3 brackets here are support brackets to actually help make the running boards even more rigid, and obviously you'll see exactly how that goes. So here you go. Not much in there really. 6 brackets, newly styled brackets to accommodate 2015 and a half and up cabs, and I'll explain why. Once I try to install it, you'll see why they had to revise this bracket, but it's important to note that they have made a revision to this, which, you know, was a little overdue. They went about a year providing a bracket that had to be modified, but that's no longer the case. Okay, so we have our parts all laid out. We have our passenger brackets, driver's side brackets, support brackets for the driver and passenger side. These will definitely help add some rigidity, as you'll see. Bunch of hardware, and these little special locking brackets, which you need to kind of slip into a hole in the bottom of the truck. So we're ready to go. We'll pull the truck in and start the job. Okay, we're ready to do the install. I was going to do the driver's side first. I have all my parts laid out. You'll notice that the brackets now are a stainless steel color instead of the black that came in the box. 2 reasons. Number one, I intended on putting more paint on them anyway, just to protect them from rust and corrosion. And to be quite honest, the brackets actually had a few spots where they weren't painted out of the box, so they kind of need to be touched up anyway. But anyway, this was my plan all along, so I got my parts laid out. I'm ready to rock and roll. We are at the driver's front by the front wheel. You'll notice that because this is 2017, 2015 and a half models have threaded holes here. So this installation is actually just a slam dunk. Just basically screw in the 8mm bolts, the flats, and the lock washers, and your first brackets is at least up. And obviously we have to install the support bracket still, but this first one's really easy. Obviously just hand threading for now. No need to do anything else. Thankfully the truck's nice and new, so no rust to contend with. And no, I didn't bother painting these bolts because who's going to see them anyway? Just a pinch. There we go. Okay. Loosely installed. Done. Okay. This is the second bracket. The middle bracket. Not that it matters. All the brackets are the same anyhow. Okay, so you gotta fish this in, which fits pretty good, I guess. Okay, and then you put this. I guess you're supposed to go this way, but I don't see why there's any difference, but we'll do it the way the picture says, I suppose. There. I think either way is fine. They're exactly the same, basically. Okay, so this little retainer keeps it from falling through and totally ruining your day. And rotate this down. I'm just going to thread this in for the moment. Okay, ready to put the second bracket on. Okay, so what you have to do is put the bracket on. You'll have to hold this and kind of rotate it to get to the right spot. It's a little bit of a pain, not gonna lie. Seen worse though. Once again, obviously, flat lock washer. Flat. Lock. This time just regular 8mm nut. Gonna keep it loose. I mean, I don't think it's that critical, but in case you just have to make some adjustments. Okay, next bracket. And this is the driver's rear. The same procedure as last time. Screw in under the bolt, so it gives you a handle. Don't screw it too far. Just kind of screw it till it's flush to the top of the bracket. Should be fine. Get your plastic retainer on it so you don't ruin your day. And then unscrew this. Just let it rotate down. flat washer, lock washer. All right, we're ready to put the next bracket on. Last bracket on this driver's. This is the driver's rear. Once again, my stomach trying to hold the bracket up. I think this would be difficult, but it's actually pretty easy to just rotate it up and hit it. Now for side, we need flat, lock, 8mm nut. Finger tight. Okay, install the bracket. Slide bolt through with the washer, another 6mm washer, and then one of the locking screws, and thread it so it doesn't strip. Bolt with washer. Washer. Okay, now for this part of the bracket, 8mm bolt, washer, another washer, self-locking nut, and thread it. Now we just tighten it up. I don't know what I'd do without an electric drill pre-tightening things. I'll just tighten these and we should be good. Okay, so brackets are on. Set the running board down. Well, at least this is how I do it. The instructions say different, but set the running board down. At least what I did for the first, and what I'm going to do here is I slide 4 of these T-bolts in. And I just lift up, slide 2 of them past this bracket, and then these 2 I line up with the holes and drop it in. As long as I don't lift up again, they'll stay there. Then I go to the back. Alright, so I slide these up to the other bracket. I go to the back. I don't know, worked for me anyhow. Put these bolts into the slots. I just lift up on this end. Slide these into position. These. There we go. All the bolts are in. Now, you have a lot of latitude in adjustment. The bolts sometimes fetch when you're sliding it, but you can basically slide them wherever you want, forward or back. Now me, because I am super short and I really want to be able to step up into the back, I actually push these back past where this factory plastic molding is. We're pretty much just lined up to it. That should be fine. That at least gives me a chance to step on the back and get in, because, you know, being vertically challenged is kind of shitty. So make sure. It's pretty good. Come on, just a little bit on this side. Yeah, it feels a little better. Alright, now all I gotta do is put a flat washer, self-locking screw, start it. Now again, I'm going to give you a word of precaution. Don't over tighten these little tiny nuts, because these self-lockers, I mean, let's face it, they're not the best quality, and I spun one, so and I didn't put that much torque to it, so I highly suggest, considering that they are self-locking, you don't need to go super, you know, you don't really need to make them that tight. As long as they're snug, you should be good. So we're going to put the rest of these screws on and tighten the bolts up. Washer, self-locking nut, hand thread it. Last thing we want to do is cross thread it. Something to be aware of, do not over tighten these, because if you really go crazy, you can actually spin the square-headed nut in the channel, and that would be bad. So just till it's tight, that's all you need. Done. Okay, the job is done, and this is what they look like installed. And I will have my wife demonstrate how well these 6-inch iBoard running boards work. You stop. Go ahead and jump in. Plenty of room for your foot. The brushed aluminum has a nice shine to it. Obviously not as shiny as the chrome, but still it has a pretty good gloss to it. How far they stick out? As you can see, they stick out, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Somebody had commented that that they would make a good door protector, and I tend to believe it. I think that the 6-inch probably would help if, like, a regular sports car or sedan swung their door open on you. But this is what the iBoard 6-inch for the 2017 Ram 1500 looks like. And you can see why I painted the bracket silver. I think it's a lot less obtrusive that way. The Rust-Oleum Premium stainless steel really came really close in color. I think it actually works out pretty good, because you can see the support brackets pretty easily. I highly recommend it, but obviously if you just want the black brackets, you can stick with stock. Final thoughts on this. First of all, the strength of these boards is really good. They do not flex really at all. They're extremely firm. The rubber padding is pretty soft. I don't know how it's going to hold up long term, but definitely very non-slip. The other thing is the styling. Some may find it plain, but to be honest with you, I'm going more for function than form. So obviously it may not be to everybody's tastes, but to me it just does the job. So all in all, I'm very pleased with my purchase, and I hope to get years of good service out of them. Thanks for watching.